Hey guys, my name is Logan Ando Frost, and it is late at night. I just got out of the shower. My face looks shiny for whatever reason. But today we're going to be doing two Let's Talks. The second one is going to be coming out on Friday, and if I can, this one's going to be coming out on Thursday. The one on Friday is going to be of us replying to comments, because I said we'd do that. But this one is going to be addressing something. A lot of Let's Talks have been very... It's a series where I get very personal, and I get very real. We're going to be trying to, amplify that times 10 in this specific video. So if you're not into that, if you're not into, this serious talk, then by all means, check out the Let It Die, where I'm just fucking about in a horrible world, But, again, like I said, Let's Talks are the place to me where I'm not sure if I could say it, but the most genuine I can be, because to a certain degree, it throws things off if you're not. If you go from making jokes to being like, I'm seriously having this thing in my head, I'm not sure about it, and it's like, alright, you just broke momentum. Doesn't really work. Anyways, to gear down, calm down me. It's late at night, you're gonna wake people up. Let's talk. So the thing we're gonna be talking about today is last week's Let's Talk, specifically a part of last week's Let's Talk. It was this part. What am I getting out of being in that social environment? But to actually talk about real shit that person's going through, etc. That to me is where I feel like I should have been a therapist. Because, and I even took that whole job test in high school, and they're like, hey, maybe you should be a therapist. And I'm like, nah. Now that I age, looks like that's probably a good path. But now I'm an idiot talking online, so that's me now. Anyways, what else? Yeah, so first of all, in that specific instance, I am fine. I realize, especially in that specific instance, as an editor, I failed because I was trying to get the video out on the right day, and I filmed it that day, so I was trying to quickly edit it, and I missed that part. Now, with that being said, I wouldn't have cut out me being sad. I wasn't sad. There is this thing, and it's a bit, but it's something that you guys probably heard before. It's called self-deprecation. It's a type of humor that does that. I'm not trying to dumb you down, of course not. But what I'm saying is, for me, this is a bit different from how it is to other people. Very much when I started YouTube, I had no one watching me, not a single person. And what that means is it also means I'd never had anyone telling me how to improve, how to do something better, etc., etc., etc. So I had to become that person. Now, me as a person, I find a lot of people, especially on the internet, I find a very high amount of people who constantly, they validate themselves based on what other people think. Now, even when I was a little Frost, a little boy, I still didn't think this way. I thought this was the most chaotic way you could do anything, is give people that you don't fucking know the power to make and break you. What the shit is wrong with you? No. So I never did this. It sounds maybe weird, but I was always the person that took control of that. I was the person that was like, you know what, I think I'm okay. I think I'm fine. But when I started YouTube, like I said, I needed someone to criticize what I was doing so that I would have some way to improve, or else I was never going to. So I became that person. But what that became was me dissecting and destroying every video I made. I'm not even kidding, I've told you guys this many times in the past, but I went through a period in time where I hated every single video I made. I didn't like a damn thing. Now this video is not meant to be sad, we were just talking. And it all has a happy ending, I promise. Anyways, so again, that's what I was doing constantly. Is I'd constantly break down the videos. Who is in the videos? Me. So there's a problem here. You get validation via yourself, but you're also trying to improve, but you've created this hell beast that just keeps turning and just keeps shitting on everything, and you fuck up the system you've made. So I know it sounds brutal, but to me, and it's funny because I can laugh at it now, but back I think it was just as I left high school, it got really bad, to the point where I was just like, I fucking hate everything I make. And it was funny because the one time when my channel did moderately successful was Battleborn. And that was when I was just coming out of that bullshit. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I don't even care anymore. I hate myself so much, I'm just gonna play these video games, and just not give a shit. And that's when the channel actually had something. So maybe, don't shit on yourself constantly. But here's the thing. Here's the happy ending to this. Even though I went through a bit of shit, and I was very much like, boo-hoo me, I don't like anything I make, all these horrible things, I now can confidently, 100% say, I do not give a single shit what anybody says. And I mean that to the very core of who I am. In fact, it's kind of gotten crazy. I actually find it somewhat funny, and I know it sounds masochistic and not the greatest, but to me, there's like a power in horrible things sometimes, and that to me is very much that. To me, I can't tell you guys enough how a person telling me to do like, oh, you're stupid, you're worthless, all of these things, it's funny to me because at some point, not too long ago, I said that to myself and meant it like 100%. Now I know you guys will be like, oh, it's so fucking sad. Not really. At this point, it helped me out immensely because, again, I don't feel any sort of attachment to that. Now, with that being said, it's not like that's it for every comment. And when someone says something nice, I let that in and I'm like, yeah. But specifically with like comments like that, it's cute to me because, again, anyone who's dealt with anything like that where they're very critical of themselves knows exactly the feeling I'm talking about, where you're like, that's adorable. Oh, you said that to me? Oh, I've said this to me, and this, and this, and this, and this, and guess what, bitch? I'm still here, so calm down. And also, there's something else in there where it's like, this person's on the other side of the planet, doesn't know who I am, etc. I knew who I was, and I still fucking didn't like me. Now, this is all trying to come together to something, so please, don't write comments where you're like, Frost, stop it. Please, just hear me out. So since this is a sappy let's talk about something, I got my nose, Jesus. So like I said, since this is a very, very sappy-esque let's talk about things I've dealt with throughout the years, specifically in younger years. For whatever reason, when I was growing up, I dealt with something that I felt was something that I never thought I would deal with, and that is a question that I didn't know I'd be that person that asks this question. But the question is, who am I? I know some people are gonna be like, what the fuck? What the stupid question. And I imagine you're younger, or maybe you're not, I don't know. But hear me out. The reason why this question, in my opinion, was born is because of school for me. Now, school for me was very different for a lot of other people. For me, I was in a school for the longest time that didn't tell me what was wrong. Basically, I was in like the learning special classes, and I was like, hey, I don't understand this problem. And then the teacher would be like, okay, I'll explain it for the fourth time. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I just don't understand what you're doing. Or how to do it. And then she'd be like, okay, here's this obelisk or some bullshit. And I'm like, this just makes it way more fucking confusing to me. What is happening? And then I was like, well, I don't understand this problem. Or, well, I don't understand the math question because I can't keep track of where I've been. Okay, I can't understand reading because the words are moving across the page. I'm not lying. I literally don't know what the fuck's happening. And I know you're just gonna say keep reading the page. I fucking can't read the page. And they never told me what it was. And only till high school, when I was at a grade 3 level in everything, when I was in grade 8, had a grade 3 level in everything, I had to pine for like 2 years solid, and all throughout high school just to get fucking anything. So that to me was where, like, again, the question of like, well, why can't I read like a normal fucking person? Why can't I see math questions or remember this? Why can I read a book or have a book read to me by some audible person and remember that crystal clear? Like, my LA teacher was baffled. I eventually got the ability to read somewhat. I'm still horrible at it, but I got through a book, and everyone in the class, she was asking questions about like characters, etc. I answered every single one of them, even to like the most minute detail, and she was like, like, that didn't seem right. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I for whatever reason, that is something I can do. But again, the idea that you're like why? Births, well, who the fuck am I then? Like, well, why am I this? Why am I that? Well, then who am I? That kind of thing. At least that's what I think. I analyze myself just as much as I analyze other people. some more, honestly. So for the longest time, all throughout like junior high and a little bit of high school, and mostly high school, I asked this question. I'm like, who the fuck am I? And I'm not sure if you guys have also answered this, because there are some younger people who watch my channel. To me, the thing that helped me immensely is by asking another question. Who am I can be answered with another question, and that's the answer. And who am I can be answered by saying, what do I want to be? It's just a changing of the question, but it makes it so you can actually start somewhere. Who am I is a stopping point where it just stops you and you're like, who do I want to become? That's a pushing point. It pushes you forward into what you want to be. It doesn't limit you. It lets you be whatever the hell you want to be. And the minute that I started doing this was like 2 years ago, maybe, something like that. And I was like, I want to be kind. I want to be dedicated. I want to be this. I want to dedicate this to my YouTube channel. I want to do this. I want to be this. And vicariously, if you keep thinking about those things, you become them. And you look back and you're like, I don't know how this happened. To me, I was like, I want to be fit. I don't want to be disgusting to women. So I was like, let's fucking work out a bunch and do that. And then looking back on it, it's like, yeah, I did that. Cool. And it's that type of thing. So to me, that was a question that I had like deep in the fathoms of my head, and it finally worked out. But then I have another problem, which is the very first thing we talked about, which is the overly critical point. How do I solve that problem? Do I ask another question to fix the like critical version of you? Because again, like I said, it has a benefit being overly critical about yourself, because again, at some point your mind just breaks and you're like, I don't care. I don't care about it anymore. But that doesn't stop the questions to keep coming in. Like, just because they don't affect you doesn't mean they're not still churning out. And that is why that clip also happened, by the way. To me, self-deprecation is not birthed from like comedy. It's birthed from me having that voice, and that voice comes out all the time. And to me, it's like always funny, because it's like a lot of people are like, I'm gonna poke fun at myself. Me, I'm like, I can't stop this. It's fucking shit. So I can't really stop that. But to me, I can repair something else. And that is how I'm going about dealing with that. And let me share that with you. Again, this is not meant to be preachy. I am fucking 20. I have no idea how the world works. I'm just trying, okay? Okay, how I fix that problem, being overly critical, it comes back to the same question I had prior to that, which was, who am I, who will I become, etc. Change that to who will I become. Anyways, the thing that helps me with the previous question is being overly critical, again, like I said, is rebuilding something else. So, to me, it's no longer, because I kind of like who I am. I like who I am. I really like who I am and the way I'm going, and I already have the template of like knowing where I want to be and going that way. Anyways, so the thing that helps me with that aspect of me that's constantly like, you're fucking shit, is this. It's about not what you want to be anymore. It's about whatever the fuck you're gonna be that, because that's all you have. Like, I know it sounds kind of simple, but to me it was something that it helps drastically. It's like eventually the question changes. It's no longer who do you want to be, and it's more, no matter what you are, even if you like yourself, you still should stand by who you are, because that's you. Like, no matter what anyone does, you are always going to be you, and you should take confidence from that, because again, you're always gonna be you. Fuck everybody else. And that to me is like, again, people talk about the like confidence, and there's always these assholes being like, you need to get out there and do shit. To me, it's like, that's bullshit. That's complete ass. You don't gain confidence just by getting shit on or succeeding. You can for sure, but I think that's chemical. It's not something that you actually have to your core. To me, what having confidence is being 100% fine with who you are, like without even a single drop of remorse, being who you are and being fine with it. And to me, that starts with understanding, even if I become this, even if I become this, even if I become this, even if I become that, no matter what it is, it doesn't fucking matter. You just should stand by whoever the hell you become. And that to me helps with the other aspect. The critical side of me can also be lifted up by the fact that it's like, whatever, dude, we're gonna be fucking here no matter what. So no matter what, I'm gonna stand by whoever the fuck I am going to be. Or am. Boom. To me, that's something that helps, and that's a baseline for like having any drop of confidence, which, as you guys may have noticed, I don't have the most of. Not true. Not that I don't have confidence, it's just that, again, I got that voice that fucks up the confidence. On a side note, I did hammer curls, and I was in the shower, and I went like this, and my arm locked up, and I was like, what's going on? And I extended my arm, and it felt like 3 nerves latched out again, and I did it again, and it still felt like there was a cord in your arm, and you're yanking on it, and it's not great. Moving on. just a side thing. I apologize. And I hope I was full circle. Again, I tried to make it that, to make it all come around. And to me, again, you guys may see like a grin on my face because it's such a, again, a lot of people could be like, this, duh, no shit, but I don't think it's fair. I think it's fair because you don't know a person's, the back end of why that person thinks that. Like I did the whole 9 yards to like the who am I question. Like this may sound weird to a lot of people, but to me, I'd spend like 3 hours, and it's not 3 hours, maybe like an hour or two. Sounds weird. Just looking in the mirror at me and being like, and I know it sounds weird, but it's something that a lot of people do apparently. And again, it's always people who are like, who am I? And I'm like, fucking, don't ask the question, ask the other one. Who do you want to be? Okay, but anyways, what I was getting at is knowing that other thing where, again, it's kind of freeing to be like, no matter what you are, that's it. You're gonna be that person. There's no point in hesitating like a little bitch. Just be that person. And to me, it's a very like wake-up call because, again, it's like, fuck what everyone else says. You stand by who you are. Fuck them. That's pretty much, it sounds brutal in nature, but it's so fucking awesome. There's also one more thing I want to talk to you guys about, and it's something that is, oh my god, dude. Damn. It's gonna be sounding pretty weird, especially coming from maybe me. I'm not sure what your perception of me is, but if you guys heard me out this long, maybe you guys can hear me out with one more thing, and that is, especially if there's any younger if there's any younger people out there. Again, the reason why I'm talking about these is because this is the most transparent I can be with who I am, etc. Please, 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 for love of all that is good, be selfish. Be selfish as shit. I keep saying selfish, like fish. I don't fucking, okay. Anyways, you get my point. Maybe not. Let me explain. Here's real quick, like bumper. Don't be a dickhead. There's a difference. It's like there's selfish, and then there's cheating on my girlfriend because I fucking wanted to. Dickbag, not dickbag. Let me explain the difference. To me, oh my god, dude, going through high school, I was a mute little bitch, so I didn't say anything. There's the voice coming back. Anyways, so when I was in high school, I was a very mute person. And honestly, even excluding high school, there's like a bunch of other options. Like I'm a tall boy, so I played basketball, and I didn't want to pursue it because, one, my brother was in it, also my other buddy was in it, also we moved schools, so it was a bunch of reasons, but I could have kept pursuing it, but I didn't because I felt like, well, honestly, there was one kid in our class that was really good at it, and it was kind of his thing, and I was like, you know what, no, it's his thing, no, he's got it. And I was like, I'll give him that. Honestly, he probably would have taken it from me anyway. So maybe that was just me being a dickhead. Being like, hey, take it. God fucking damn it. I don't know. But what I do know is throughout like the entirety of my life, I've done that constantly. Here's an example of being selfish, shitting on everything else. When I was little Frost, I think I don't know what grade I was in. I was pretty young. But I was walking, I think, to the bus stop, and it was on like a kind of like a walkway or whatever, and it was autumn, and in Canada when it's autumn it's fucking like wet all over the place. Anyways, so I was walking along and I seen that there was this, like, I think it was $20 bill, something like that. So I went and grabbed the damn money, and I seen that there was this person walking, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go give it to him. So I ran over there, and I was like, hey, is this yours? And then he's like, yeah, that's mine, cool. And then I started walking back, I think to the bus stop. I don't know where the fuck it was. Maybe we were going to get mom from the workout center. I don't fucking know what it was. Anyways, what I do know is that when I was walking there, I started to think, and I was like, man, my hands are wet. What the heck? What was that about? Oh, right, I picked up the money. It's really wet. Like, it would have to stay there for a long ass time. That son of a bitch. Basically, the money wouldn't have been wet. It would have been like damp because it would have just fallen out. Like, he wasn't that far away. So he basically, I gave him $20 that I should have got because it was mine. It was mine. Basically, that's my point. Is it's kind of fine to be selfish because you know what, guys? I fucking dropped $40 goddamn dollars when I was like 13. And it was like my first fucking amount of money. I swept the floors for like 4 weeks. And I was like, I'm gonna go buy a bike. You can't buy fucking a bike for $40. Anyways, the fucking money dropped, and it just fucking, I lost it. And I was like, oh, this is the best case scenario. And then I thought about that moment, and I was like, that bastard. And of course, I'm kidding for the most part, except for the story's true. But you guys get what I mean. Like, and like the whole basis of the story is, I found something, instead of taking it, I gave it to someone who did take it, and it may not have even been his, and then later I lost something, so then what you're left with? Nothing. You're left with less. You're left with a fuck ton less. That's something maybe it's just fucked up. I've noticed it about the world, is it constantly gives and takes and gives and takes. It's all about fucking with you, which is fine. Like, you know, it keeps its balance, I guess. But it doesn't if you're only fucking spewing shit out in the world. And then for me personally, again, like, it's almost like not being selfish is the seeds of regret for a lot of things, for me at least. I'm not sure about you guys, but to me it's like that's a big thing, is like I wish I would have just been like, fuck it. Just take the goddamn thing. It's almost like you're playing a game with rules that no one else is following. Fuck off and fucking stop playing the game wrong. And that's how I can kind of rationalize it. Maybe it's a bit weird, but it's definitely how I kind of feel. Is looking back at a lot of like the things I regret, is a lot of it's like, you should have fucking taken it. You just should have been like, hey man, fuck it. And then proceeded to go ahead and take things. Now again, not talking about stealing, I'm talking about like figuratively, and I don't want to give you guys examples because it kind of weird, it makes it specific, which I don't want to do. Again, like I said, don't be a dickhead, don't be fucking stealing, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if there's ever opportunities in front of you, and you don't do them because out of fear, out of whatever the fuck that may be, don't. Fucking take and take and take and take and take. Mother of God. Or else you'll be there sitting with nothing. So again, from your friendly neighborhood fuck person on the online. There it is. Fucking damn goddamn voice. For what it's worth, I am happy. I'm not like, I am happy. I just, the voice, to me it's funny at this point. It's like the fact that it's reflex, just to be like, and boom. And I'm like, and I'm good. Also, for what it's worth, like I talked about how the idea of, you know, whoever you are, stand by it. I do, you know, and it's kind of weird for me to say this, 'cause I don't say it that often. As much like to point out the things that are fucking not the greatest about me, and I'll be completely honest, as you guys may have picked up on. I don't have my license. I don't have my license. I'm fucking 20, and that's an issue. It probably should be fixed. I'm afraid of cars, kinda. I have a really sensitive, like, dodge meter. If I see somebody coming at me, I overly dodge. It's a whole thing. It's an excuse. Successful people don't make excuses. I heard that somewhere. It sounded right. Okay. Second thing is, I get nervous. I overthink things. I procedurally generate shit in my head. It never ends up happening that way, and I'm just like, what? I'm trying to think of like, oh, okay, it's a mess. Thirdly, I don't get out much. I'm not like the big go-getter. I don't go to parties. I know it's a turn on for some people. Not me. I don't know. Also, I'm not like a person that's like, hey, you're gonna do this, because I'm not that guy, dude. It just comes across as douchey to me, always. I got problems on top of problems, but here are the other things. I am the most dedicated person at what I love. I am the most quiet person, but I will also listen to you to no end and actually listen to you. And for whatever reason, memories stick for me when it comes to conversations. Don't know why. I am the most genuine person I can be. I'm not playing a character as much as... that's probably better. I'm not doing that. I have a fucking, like, an amazing family. I can control desire in my own head. To better suit me. Again, I may not want to work out, but I'm gonna go fucking do it, because boo-hoo me, I'm doing it. Not a lot of people can do that. There's a bunch of shit that I do think that, again, a lot of stuff that I don't have, I think is attainable. A lot of stuff that I have, I don't think a lot of people can just instantly get. And I'm not trying to be like, I'm the best. I'm pretty sure we've established throughout this entire video that's not what this is. But it is something where I'm kind of like, I'm fucking good. It just feels weird, but you guys gotta get it. Again, as much as I throw myself under the bus, I do think I am certain things. And again, the only reason I am those things is because I told myself I was going to be them. And I know it's so weird for some people to be like, how could you not know who you are? But it's like, I'm the person I am because I didn't. I'm sorry if that sounds like super deep. It wasn't meant to be. So to quickly end off on the things we talked about and the thoughts and everything, that surrounds this video. One, if you're struggling with the question of who you are, change the question to who you want to be. It's way easier that way. One stops you, one pushes you forward. Choose the one that pushes you forward. I'm also 20 and I'm trying. Thirdly, after you figure out who you want to be, focus on whoever that is going to be, standing by it. That's the baseline of confidence, I think. Thirdly, if you're overly critical, it's bad, but you end up with a happy ending. And thirdly, from your friendly neighborhood Frost, be fucking selfish. Because at the end of the day, what do you get if you're not? Nothing. You're left with nothing. Be goddamn selfish. Don't be a dickhead. Don't be a dickhead. Be damn selfish. Cool. Those are the things I want to talk about. I'm not sure if they hit anything where you get... Again, I have no idea if any of this hit you guys in any way. But to me, and this may sound cheesy, because it definitely is. To me, this video was more so than any video I've ever made, I think, very preachy. Very much me trying to be like, this is the shit I went through. Here's how it worked out and how I became me. Maybe you guys are going through a fraction of it. Maybe you guys are going through it 10 times worse. Even if that's so, I hope it can act as like a Tylenol that at least subsides it for a bit, something. And what's leading me to that is asking you guys if you could do something for me. I would very, 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 very much appreciate it if you guys could leave your name in the comments. Even if you're a person that doesn't comment a lot, just your name would be fine, because to me it would mean a lot. Because at least that way I can see who I'm talking to, who I'm just throwing this out in the ether. Man, I haven't got a lot of sleep, so I'm getting emotional. Fuck. Whew, shit. But yeah, to me it's very important, because I don't know why anyone would hear me. Fucking God, why? Why is this happening? Oh shit, oh shit. I am not wearing any pants. I really hope you could not see my boxers right now. It is super hot with these lights. I have to neutralize it somehow. I can't finish this damn sentence without I got it. I look like a douche. It would mean the world if, again, you guys could give me your name. I know it's weird, but to me it'd be nice to know who. Fucking goddamn. Who? Maybe it's why Casey Neistat wears fucking glasses all the time. It'd be nice. Again, you guys can kind of see it, but this is all I see, right there. You guys see that? So again, it'd be very nice to know who is hearing me. And again, it's not that I see you guys as validation so much as I think a lot of people see themselves as broken, and I don't think that's entirely fair. Oh, fuck. Okay, this is a video that was took a turn, but regardless, I don't make these videos too often. These ones that are hyper honest and real, and I don't want to make it a habit. But I am still growing, and I want to make sure you guys kind of grow with me if you're here now. And guys, I want to end it on this. No one may ever know my name. No one may ever watch a lot of my videos, etc. And that's absolutely fine. I don't care to think I deserve all that. But what I really, really would want is, again, for you guys to tell me yours. Bye, guys.